it's Shana Says and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you the tips and tricks on how to pass anatomy and physiology. I know, anatomy sucks, okay? It is such a challenging course. I've taken it, I've failed, but you know what? I've taken it again and I'm passing. No worries, I'm here to help you out. I'm going to give you all the tips on what I did to pass anatomy. So keep watching this video. Tip number 1. Go to class. It is really important that you attend your anatomy and physiology class. I know some days I'm like you where I do not want to get up, I don't want to get out of bed, and I don't want to go all the way to class, but do it anyway. Trust me, you will not regret going to class. If you're not in class, you're not getting the notes, you're not getting the information, and you're going to be so lost during exam time. If your teacher is anything like my professor, he or she will use the topics that they discuss in class on the exam. And what my teacher does, gives us a heads up and says, hey guys, this right here is going to be on the exam. So thank God that he does that. And if you're not there in class that day, you're not going to know that important information. So please guys, just get your ass out of bed and go to class. Tip number 2, proper note taking. Whether you're like me and use your iPad for taking notes, or you do it the traditional way, note-taking is extremely important in anatomy and physiology. Any important concept that your teacher writes on the board or says, trust me, it's going to be on the exam. While you're taking your notes, understand what you're writing. And if you don't understand that concept, ask your teacher. The worst thing that you can do in anatomy and physiology class is take down the incorrect notes and later try to study those notes. You're not going to pass the exam. If you're taking notes from a textbook, make sure that you write details. Don't skip out on important details. You're going to need the information. To make sure that you're keeping up with your reading, your teacher's going to include some of those details in the exam and test questions. Trust me, I know. It is also a good idea to star or bold any important facts your teacher tells you. Tip number 3. Participate and ask questions. Participating in class helps you to retain the information and it also makes you look good, okay? It shows the teacher that you're doing your reading and you actually understand the information. It is also really important that you guys ask questions. It's okay not to know everything, okay? Nobody does. Who else are you going to ask? Don't always rely on Google. She don't know everything. I do not want to be the person to ask a million questions, but be that person, okay? Because I'm sure the person next to you, in front of you, and the person in the back of you are all lost just like you are. So don't be shy, ask the question, and that way you know what to study for the test. Tip number 5, don't memorize, apply the information. One of the mistakes that I made was that I went into anatomy thinking that everything was memorization, and it's not. The best way to retain the information is to learn how to apply it and then memorize. Start with the hard stuff. All of the information that you've had trouble with in the past, bring that straight to the front and focus on that. If you're a visual learner like I am, it is really great to use flashcards. Put all of the important concepts at the tops and then smaller details towards the bottom. I also like to color code the flashcards. All the difficult stuff will be in red. As for the concepts that I have already mastered, I color code in yellow and move towards the bottom. That way I can focus on the more difficult concepts. Tip number 6, form study groups. By forming a study group, you can share ideas with one another. My classmates and I like to get together right before an exam just so we can share these ideas and get extra help. We just like to make things competitive, so what we do is split up into teams and whoever gets the most questions correct wins the game. And last but not least, YouTube. When I'm having difficulty understanding something in anatomy, I love to go to YouTube, type it in, and look at all the videos on that topic. When I tell you YouTube has everything, it has everything. Aldosterone to pH levels to water balance, anything that you're learning in anatomy and physiology, trust me, you will find it on YouTube. Nursing SOS and Crash Course are 2 really great channels that I like to watch on YouTube to help me better understand a topic that I'm learning in anatomy. You can find the link to these channels down below in the description box. Make sure that you guys also utilize any pictures or diagrams that you can find online or in textbooks to help you better understand how these systems function. I also want to mention this textbook that I got from Amazon. It's Fluids and Electrolytes made incredibly easy. And when I say incredibly easy, they break it down, okay? My anatomy and physiology class, one topic that we spend a lot of time on is fluids and electrolytes. And when I tell you that this book helped me so much, it really made everything incredibly easy. If you're struggling with one of the topics that you're learning in class, just look for a book on Amazon, especially if it comes from Made Incredibly Easy, because it does a great job at breaking down the concept. And that way, you'll understand it in time for the test. So those are my 7 tips on how to pass anatomy and physiology. I hope that you guys liked this video and you really learned a lot. That way you can pass anatomy and physiology this semester. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe below. Bye!